how many people at 25 really making millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars let's really be honest.
It's not a lot. Imagine having to only pay somebody $400 a month and you making damn near $100K a month. After all my videos, I say if billionaires can do it, why can't you? And I have some people that be underneath like, because they're billionaires. No, stupid. The reason why people start businesses is to scale and to grow the right way, right? And when you allow yourself to do that, you don't scale and grow the right way with the pocket that you make from the business. You scale and grow the right way through acquisitions and using other people's money. I created 1990 Business Academy where you learn how to register your business in all 50 states step by step.
So welcome to the Funding and Close podcast, where we showing everyday people how to get into real estate business or whatever, utilizing other people's money, whether it's as business credit, whether it's loans, whether it's partnerships, any different types of ways for you guys to get started, because we know everybody isn't born with millions of dollars, but that doesn't mean that you can't start and make millions and millions of dollars. So we put high-level entrepreneurs that's already making millions, that's already doing a lot of successful things, and show you guys how they got started, because believe it or not, a lot of them did not utilize their own money to make their success. So, but they utilize hard work. They went and put the work in, and we're going to show you the behind the scenes so you guys can do the exact same thing. So I'm super duper excited, right? I got one of my good friends, got one of my good buddies, and now business partner, where we actually going to do a lot of different things. We'll get into that.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
More so, one of my good friends and one of, like, I honestly say one of the flyest guys doing business, I would say, my guy Kev. What's up, bro?
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
I said, let me throw a jacket on. Something.
I was like, you know what? I'm tired of the whole traditional consultant look, like the suit and tie. I was like, you know what? I just want to be fly. Like, that's what I like. I like getting dressed. I like nice clothes. So, you know, give it a different look, give it a different aspect. So people who want to get into business, they're not shy of doing business with somebody because they're wearing a suit or a tie or just really dressed up nice. I did that for so long.
Yo, it's funny you said that too, because I think, you know, over years of just conditioning from, you know, other people, parents, and just older individuals, they make the standard that we got to look suit and tie, suited and booted, no tattoos, no nothing, like strictly straight one way.
I'm cracking up.
Honestly, that is not even necessary to, that's not even, doesn't even, you know, start or stop you from making money. Yeah. You know, now if you're about to be a lawyer, that might be a little different, but for, especially in our field, entrepreneurship, you know, I love entrepreneurship so much because it's non-biased. Like, people want game, products, and service from us. Right. They really don't give two shits what we look like as far as, like, clothes-wise. Like, yo, listen, can you get my LLC situated, bro? Right. You know, can you get me funded, bro? Can you help me get a house? Can you, like, I don't care if you wearing, you know, a t-shirt or suit. Can it happen?
I can say this, like, me growing up in a Haitian household, super strict. Like, my parents, I'm a child of an immigrant. So my parents both came over here from Haiti. Like, when they came over here, they saw on cops and on television people who getting arrested. I wasn't allowed to wear jeans until 10th grade. Whoa. Bro, I wasn't allowed to get a shape up until 10th grade. Now I'm bald. So, you know, now it don't matter anymore. Right. But like, it was just different. They saw on television, all right, the people who getting arrested and that's bums and really in the streets for real got on 5X white tees. They pants is sagging behind they bottoms and they wearing denim jeans. So you're not allowed to wear long white t-shirts outside. You're not allowed to wear jeans outside. You can't wear Timbs. Like, it was just different. So my dad, he was a dresser. Like, he loved suits. He worked in New York. He loved suits. And we wasn't getting no crappy suits. We were going to like Macy's, Bloomingdale's. So even though everybody had cell phone pocket Dickies, like, I had on Ralph Lauren. Like, Ralph Lauren straight legs, but I wasn't, my concept of it was, damn, like, my dad got me in these khakis, like, I'm wearing polo, like, I'm trying to fit in, I'm trying to be a follower. And I really was wearing more expensive drip than everybody else, but I wasn't even looking at it that way. I just wanted to be dressed like, be cool, like, you know what I mean? It's just a different game, but I appreciate my dad because he made me a bit more versatile in how I dress, right? It gives me different aspects, and You know, I could come in with a suit and tie. I could come in with some flared pants and a hoodie now and a fitted and still know how to do it. Yeah.
I think a lot of stuff we experience as kids, we don't realize how important it is now. Facts. Or how you know the term delayed gratification. A lot of that stuff is delayed gratification. Like a lot of the things that we've been through as a child, we're finally getting the result of that now. We didn't realize what we had. Funny story. When I was younger, I used to cut grass, shovel snow. I did anything that outside work it required to make money. I just want to make extra $20, $40, $50, and didn't even realize, right? So my parents was split since I don't know how long, since the beginning of the time. So my dad, the area my dad lived in had grass, right? It wasn't like a mansion, but it had grass out front. So and now I'm like, when I would go over his house sometime, I would cut the grass for other people, right? He got a lawnmower. I went and started cutting grass. I had people on contracts. Like, yo, you just come cut this grass. I give you $20 every 2 weeks. When I tell you, bro, when I turned 16, I was doing this since I was 11. 10, 11 years old. I was cutting grass, shoveling slow, regularly. I was doing it since I was 11. 10 or 11 years old. When I turned 15, I was like, yo, 14 or 15, I can't remember. I said, I filled out an application for McDonald's. I'm like, I want a job. Like, I want to get a paycheck. Like, people handing me cash just didn't seem like a real grown-up thing. I wanted to get a job. Man, I was making more money doing the whole landscaping thing and didn't even realize I had people on contract. Like, I had a guaranteed $20 every 2 weeks from multiple houses. So every 2 weeks, I had at least $100, $120 between 4, 5, 6 different houses. But I wanted to go and do the job thing because I wanted a paycheck. Not to mention all these taxes come out. Not to mention, man, you work 2 weeks, you get $300. You know, working 2 weeks full worth of shift, and then I'm doing 30 minutes per lawn and making the same amount of money.
1 day a week, like.
Looking back on it. Say all that to say, looking back on it, I literally was set up. My younger life was set up to work hard and position myself. And I'm not really realizing that until now. Like, yo, that's why I am the way I am right now. Yeah. That's why I don't mind putting in hard work. That's why I am disciplined. That's why I believe in hard work first, and then you go ahead and play after the fact. Versus a lot of my peers are the opposite. You know, in hindsight 2020, I wish I would have just turned it into like a full scale. It wasn't business, but a full scale something else. Versus going to that job, because, you know, but it's like what you said. We were wearing, you know, Ralph Lauren and wearing this and doing things like that. Didn't even realize it set me up for being a high-level man right now and being able to dress well and be able to, you know, blend in. And another thing I say, you know, for you and for me both, you know, doing different things and wearing different stuff and being versatile. I remember I was watching this. You watch Power?
Of course.
Yeah, everybody watch Power.
Yeah, of course.
So if you don't, I can't really mess with you. But Ghost said, the guy was asking Ghost, he said, yo, how are you getting all these people? He said, because I'm just not one person. He was like, what you mean? He said, I get the guy on the corner. I understand him. I get the guy in Wall Street. I understand him. I get the, you know, a Spanish person. I understand him. From corner store, I was able to, since I was a kid, I was in different environments. You still were cool with the people wearing the 5X t-shirts, but then you still cool with the people wearing polo. Right. So now I know how to talk to everybody. I could go from, you know, talking to people on the block to people on the highest building in Wall Street, and I'm good everywhere. And that makes people like you and I dangerous because we going to make money. We're going to make things happen regardless.
I think a very key component that we probably missed in that too is you was like my dad. My dad, right? I think having a father figure in your life is super, super important with developing a man to be a man. So, when I have friends who are, you know, I have female friends and they're like, yo, this guy just not being a man. Like, I can't even call him to come change a tire for me. Like, it'd be the basic things. And I'm like, yo, my dad had me and my brother change. I remember the first tire I changed was at 11. Like, my dad had me washing the cars outside on Saturday. My dad used to wake me up at 7 a.m. every Saturday morning. I didn't see my dad during the week. I saw my dad on Friday, Saturday. He would leave Sunday, go back to New York and go work. On Saturday mornings, he would wake me up. You want McDonald's? Every time, thick accent. I'm like, yeah, I want McDonald's. Yeah. Yes, crazy, right? He was like, you want McDonald's? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, cool. I'm about to go get some breakfast, like steak, egg, and cheese, hash brown, orange juice. That was the go-to, right? Next thing you know, we at Home Depot. We picking up soil. We going to Produce Junction on Eastern Road, getting flowers. Like my dad had me doing everything. Yeah, you gotta mow your lawn, our lawn today. You gotta mow our neighbor's lawn, and then you gotta mow Marvelisa's lawn. Marvelisa was our female neighbor next door. She lived alone. He was like, "You're not charging her. She's by herself. When you shovel outside, make sure you shovel her stuff too." Like that's how my dad raised me. Like, she's single, she ain't got it. We gonna help her out. She by herself. We're not gonna let a female shovel 2 feet of snow outside. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, you're here, you're a man, I'm a man, we gonna do it together. Herman, come outside, we gonna do it together. My mom and my sister never had to come out and shovel snow. They don't know what is that. What is that? So, now they look at men differently. It's not because, they bougie. No, this is the way my father treated me.
Yeah.
This is the way my brothers treated me. Why am I going for anything less? So I really appreciate the value that my dad put in my life, because even now, even when I think about business, my dad used to always say this to me. He was like, not everybody your friend.
That's a fact.
And I used to want everybody to be my friend. Like, no, that's my friend. What are you talking about? I'm 30. I'm going to be 33 years old this year. The people that from my childhood till now, it's a very small group. Everybody who I met outside of church, there's maybe like 3 people who I still talk to. Even from people from elementary school to middle school to high school to college, it's a very small group of people that I really, really communicate with, because everybody isn't your friend. Everybody want to be my friend now. Yo, Kevin's successful. He's an entrepreneur. He brings value. I want to see what I can get from him. I want to see how. Here you go. Here's the link in my bio. We could talk that way. Like, I don't mind giving you free game. I know you, but you're not my friend. So it's good to have that discernment to understand the right people who are meant to be in your lives and the people who weren't meant to be in your life. You know what I mean? Me and you my man for real. Like, I could hit you up. You know what I mean? We could talk about business. We gonna make money together. I watched something on Instagram this morning, because I changed my algorithm. Like, I only want positive. Like, I still got the cars, the watches, the motivational speakers, like things that I like, things that pique my interest. So there was this guy. He was like, I really don't have much friends. If I'm not making money with my friends, they not my friends. Why am I gonna have a friend group around me and I love you? And you my man for real, and I'm not teaching you how to make money with me, and we not making money together. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. So it's really just bringing value all together. Like, we here, we doing this as a unit.
So 2 things I want to touch on that you said. So one, the friend thing, I definitely 100% agree with that. The only catch, I have a couple good friends. I say I have like 2 great. I'm talking about like I would do anything for them.
Right.
We don't necessarily make money together, but they still great individuals. And the reason why I say that is because I see a lot of people on Instagram saying, cut everybody off.
Yeah, nah.
Cut everybody off. Y'all not making millions, they could cut them. Y'all not making billions, they gotta cut them. That's not totally true, because the way that I make money, is through real estate. Some of my friends, they're like totally, like opposite. my cousin, like I literally, me and him got a house together, and then I literally bought him out. He asked me to buy him out. He's like, yo, I want to, he said, I want to go ahead and go into doctorate school for at Temple. He was like, I need money for that tuition, because everything's not covered by, student loans, whatever. I said, bro, I really don't think you should. He said, bro, I don't want nothing to do with real estate, bro. I'm cool with renting. I'm like, yeah, nah. And me in my mind, I'm like, no. He literally was like, yo, bro, we don't sell, like, we gonna have another issue. All right, so I bought him out and gave him his money, and he got what he needed, and he's, about to be a doctor, so that's great. But I'm saying all to say is, some people you can't make money with because they're just totally against what you're like. I make money in real estate. I don't know how to do stocks. Stocks not my thing. I don't know how to do, home healthcare. That's not my thing. So if you want to learn real estate, I can get you a bag fast. Right. But if that's not your lane, then, we can't really, connect that way. But that doesn't mean you're a bad person. Why? Cut my cousin off, cut my, my great friends since kids. They're still great people, and we do a lot of great things together. But as far as like making big money, we don't. But that don't mean you're a bad person. So I just want to make that clear.
And to piggyback off what you said, I don't want to make it seem like I don't have any friends that I don't make money with. Oh, no, right? Fact. Yeah. So even with my core friend group, Rock, shout out to Rock Financial.
I want to touch on that. That's hot.
So each of us do different things. Ta's a nurse. Joey's a truck driver. He's in the trucking. Greg, he's in tech. Fitz, he's in real estate. Eric, he's in real estate. Stan, he got his MBA, but now he came over to tech. He's like, yo, I'm gonna come over to tech, and I'm gonna try to bring my business mind into the tech world.
Did you know that each LLC that you register can get you up to $50,000 in funding?
Did you know that if you register your LLC properly, you can get the 50,000 times 4?
Did you know that you can buy properties with an LLC with that same funding? So now you own real estate, no money out of pocket. Look, we're having a free masterclass this Sunday where we're going to show you each and every single one of those steps so your 2023 can go exactly how it's supposed to go, exactly how you deserve it to go. So look, click the link below or somewhere on this video so you can register for our free masterclass. It's on 100 spots. I think we're like 60 right now. So don't be too cool and miss out on a way to get LLC, to get funded and buy real estate all in one class that we are having.
Like everybody has their own different lane of exactly what they do. Herman does credit repair, and I'm a business consultant. We all don't do the same thing, right? And mind you, Fitz like real estate, but he's really into crypto, and he's very smart. He has one of the best mentors out there right now, and he's just learning so much that it's like, so it's like, dang, like let me give you some play money and see what you can do with that. All right, cool. My man doing this, he loves it. He understands it. He's making great money from it. Even if I take a loss from it, I understand with investments, you take losses as well, but it don't mean that I'm using my own money.
My man
and I supported my man. I could take money off a business credit card. Here goes stack. I could pay $20 on that per month. Like, absolutely. If I make my loss, I take a loss. I'm able to pay that money back though.
Yeah. So I'm glad you touched on that. And one last thing too, just to spice it up, you and I want to get right into some other things. You said that, you know, things that you were doing, making sure your neighbors, the woman neighbor was situated, make sure they're good to go, make sure they everything's situated, and how you said like you're a man now, and I realized that with myself. You know, other individuals are like, yo, you really like a man, like you handle stuff, you get stuff, you know, situated. And I hear stories about other people, they're like, yo, I gotta figure this stuff out on my own and stuff like that. So how's that? And I don't want to get too deep in relationship stuff, but you know, now I feel like some things you don't have to deal with versus other guys, because I'm with a female, and you're like, yo, I'm gonna make sure, you know, this trash is taken out, or this is happening, or this is done. Whereas though you might not get the same complaints as the other guy, like, yo, why the hell you don't take the trash out? Why the hell you don't do that? So I think that, you know, having that type of foundation we have makes it just, I won't say all the way easier, but makes it a little bit easier as far as like relationship was, because you getting hit with bigger problems, not this little small mediocre shit. Like, why the hell you don't take the trash out?
Yeah, like it's I'm glad that you piggybacked on that too. Like, I am single, but I'm dating. Like, I'm a single man. I'm a successful man. I'm dating. I'm seeing what I like. Like, I go to therapy to see what's best for me, so I can, you know, be a better person mentally and a better partner, right? Because everybody has their trauma. Like, everybody got something with them. Yeah, I didn't grow up with poverty, but you know, I have my own trauma. Like, I didn't, like, certain things just all come full circle, and you don't realize that they come full circle from your past. So you want to make sure that your mind is right and you're not bringing that into your next relationship. So because I'm at that point where I'm like, yo, like I want to find a wife, like, you know what I mean? And I'm dating to find a wife now, right? So I'm dating women, and they're like, and I hear it all the time, and that's why I said what I said. Like, they be like, Kevin, like,
you a man,
like you a man for real, like. You're a man, and I don't even be doing the most. I open up car doors. Yo, what happened to you? You married? If I'm messing with you, like, sometimes you gotta watch your tongue because you gotta go in too deep, and then you like, like, who are you talking about? Nah, but I was dating this girl, and full transparency, dating this girl, and she sideswiped her mirror off. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm behind her and I see it happen. I'm driving behind her, I see it happen. No, we're going to go get that taken care of. That's not your job to go to the dealership and go get that taken care of. I'm going to go to the dealership, get that taken care of. I'm going to go to the collision shop. It's going to be on. Don't worry about it. I'm going to take your car. We switch cars. We get it done. It's stuff like that girls be like, no, he'll never do that for me. Like, he'll just send me the money for it and I go do it. No, like, I can handle that. Like, that's fine. I could put gas in your car. I'll get you. If you're at my house, you're going to wake up with a full tank of gas and you're going to get your car washed. Like, that's Just basic. It's the basic stuff. And guys be thinking like, yo, all girls want is you to do is cut a check, this, and that. Bro, I promise you, if you do the simple stuff, the female will never ask you for any money. And I'm not trying to give you guys a scapegoat or anything like that. You doing what you need to do as a man. You taking care of home. Like, I didn't grow up in a household where my mom was paying the mortgage. So me, I know that I'm gonna make sure
bills,
that
like, my job.
that's my job. Like, I know that's my job. Like, my mom never touched the mortgage, but my mom did pay utilities. But for me, I already know, like, yo, utilities ain't really nothing for real. Like, I could just factor that in. Yeah, like I could just factor that in. So I'm gonna let you be a woman and take care of what you need to do, so you could be my peace when I come home. Like, I don't want you to be worried about money for real. You know what I mean? And that's, of course, I've got to a place where I'm comfortable with doing that. But, you know, other people might be like, nah, that ain't it. Nah, I just was raised in that household. Everybody has a different mentality. Some things don't work for other people. But for me, that's what a man does.
Yeah.
And everybody has their own opinion of what a man's supposed to do. And you're going to find the right person for you that fits that image of what a man is and what a man does. So getting all in that, oh, yeah, you're supposed to buy me a Birkin and all that stuff, like... Come on, bro. Like, I feel like when females talk about that sometimes, it cracks me up because it's like, you want a black guy who's going to buy you a Birkin. Let's bring this statistic of the 1% down to about 0.3.
I don't even want to get into it, but now I want to get into it.
Like, to about 0.3 because a person who's buying you a Birkin, that's in the 1 percentile.
Yeah.
So you're talking about an athlete, talking about a lawyer, a doctor, and some of these lawyers not even really making a lot of money for real. You know what I mean?
High level person.
Some of these doctors, they're not even making a lot of money for real. The doctors who's really making money is the surgeons.
Yeah. How many of them you
specialty doctors, neurologists, cardiologists, those are the people who's making money. Then the next tier of them who's making like 1.2 a year and they're getting contracts are the surgeons.
Yeah.
So you're not really hitting them. And then if you want to date an African American male, you're not even hitting them. Like it turns into a very small sample size. So the internet allows people to think like, yo, this is the life. I gotta live it. So when they're not finding that, now it's like I gotta go for the fast money. The nigga who trapping, the nigga who you know what I mean? Like that's not really something that everybody wants to live because that ends at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's good for like 5 years. Now he booked. Now he got started over. Yeah, it's a short run.
So, you ask anybody that had some fast money, you ask them about they always say, oh, back in the day. You ask them like, yo, how long was your back in the day? 12 months, 2 years, 3. Like it don't be long runs, like career runs, right? And what you just said, man, it really grinds me up because I got a lot of little cousins. I got a lot of friends that's out like seriously dating. And they just be telling me, like, first off, like you just said, the 1 percentile, right?
Yep.
And then a lot of these girls that's asking for that type of stuff or just really letting social media or friends really influence them are between 25 and 30.
Yep.
Let's just call it space.
Yep.
You got women that's 40 plus. They not really on that like that. They getting their own bag. They doing their own thing. So the ones that's like, oh, Moneybag bought her this or Moneybag did this, or Lil Baby did this. most of them are 25 to 30, maybe 32 or something like that. Let's call a spade a spade. How many people at 25 really making millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars let's really be honest.
It's not a lot.
At 25 years old, so
unless you're a professional athlete, and how many of those people really getting? How many of those professional athletes you really dealing with for real? Right. And how many of those professional athletes really cutting you a check?
Yo, I remember, right? This is funny, right? One time, I went out to eat. It was like a group of us, right? This crap was hilarious. It was a group of us, right? And we all went out to eat. It was just like after a game. Whatever we was doing, we was coming after somewhere. We all went out to eat. And this girl, she tried to be so cool. This shit was so funny. We went to Chickens and Peas. Everybody went out. It was a group of us. And she told the waiter, she said, yo, give me the lobster combo, whatever. She said, I get this all the time. Like, I'm just watching. Like, he's talking about something. We don't have no combo. Like, what are you talking about? She said, I get this all the time. What she was trying to do was trying to order something she don't normally order because that she's not in that. So bringing the whole thing full circle, a lot of women, I'm not trying to bash women at all, but a lot of women or utilize a space like, oh man, I'm in a room with such. Let me start running my movie now. That's not what you do already. And that showed because the lady like, we don't have that on no menu. Oh, I get it all the time. I've been working here for 5 years. We don't have that on the menu.
And then we gotta talk about certain men too, because I don't want it to seem like certain men. You be thinking big when you need to be thinking small. Yeah, like you got to build up to that certain girl who you see. If you see she already living that lifestyle,
you can't handle that, bro.
You can't handle that, bro. Like you now because you're trying to keep up, you're gonna go broke. Like you're gonna go broke doing that. Don't do that, bro. You could build. It feels so good to just build with somebody for real. Talk about different investments and plays of how we gonna make money. Then you can have whatever you want. I love you because we did this shit from the bottom.
That's a fact.
Like that's an amazing feeling.
That's a fact.
Like me, it's a little bit different and it's scary for me now because single, successful at this age. Now I'm already in a position. So you got to have a very good level of discernment to see who's really in here to really build with you and who's really in here to really profit from you, right? So now when I date, I'm asking certain questions. You know what I mean? I'm seeing who really for me. I'm seeing how we can converse. Can I talk to you all day, every day? Are we talking about business? Are we talking about growth? Are we talking about how I'm going to help you grow your business out? How you getting business credit? How you going to take that loan? Like, it's stuff like that. I'm a sapiosexual. Like, yeah, you could look good, but I like how your mind think for real. That's what's going to attach me to you because I know I can really grow with you. And that's all I really care about. If you could find somebody who you could grow with, if you could find somebody who you can make money with, if you could find somebody who you feel is going to be a great mother to your children, who's going to be great to your family. Like my brother has the best wife. He really does.
He was telling me. He was talking about her.
He is the best wife. My dad had a hemorrhagic stroke 6-7 years ago. She's literally flipping my dad over. My dad can't walk anymore. He can't talk. He's on hospice right now. And I literally see her like flip my dad over and clean him and bathe him like that's her own father. Like you don't find that. Some people might be like, ew, like that's crazy. No, that's a wife. That's somebody who loves you so much that they love your family just as much. That's what I want. That's what I want. And I think that's what we need to look at more so than just, all right, cool, I want Shorty with the BBL. Because she probably really don't got no
substance
at all. So,
Yo Gotti said something so key. He said, guys want a bad bitch so bad they accept the bitch past even though it's toxic. Like, you want somebody that's just so crazy on the outside, don't even realize the inside is like dark and damaged. And this is not to downplay any women at all. I'm just talking to the guys out here that find somebody that you can really build with. Find somebody that actually having some real substance conversation. Find somebody that actually wants to do some things versus just the small things. And not to say small things are bad, but are you thinking long term to something bigger? Like, okay, you thinking about how I can make an extra $100 a day. So what happens when you get the 100? Are you thinking about what's next? And also pour into people, and also like you said, ask some questions. One of my friends, Doug. Doug said he like basically before I'm taking you serious, like yo, listen, before we even go to that next level, you got to buy a house first. Like, how many of us asking them questions? Like, or making them statements? Yo, before we get serious, like, you gotta buy a house first. And I feel like men should even take it to another level. Like, yo, before we get serious, you need to buy a house first. You need to have this credit score, and you need to do a couple sessions of therapy first, because you ain't bringing no old baggage on to me.
That's my non-negotiable.
That's my non-negotiable. No baggage on to me.
So my therapist told me to write down a list of exactly what I want in a woman, right, and a future partner and a wife, right, and in a relationship. So she made me like write everything down. Like, okay, I want you to do this. I want you to be an entrepreneur. Like, I want you to, if you're not an entrepreneur, I want you to at least have that mentality. If you work in a 9-to-5 and you got a hobby that's making you money, cool. That's my job to come in, convert that job, that hobby into a business, right? Cool. Yep. I got that. My non-negotiable is if I get in a relationship with you, we going to therapy, baby. Like, I want you to understand that. Like, I'm not at a point where I haven't had a girlfriend for 3 years. I came out of something very, very toxic. And I attribute to me being the person that created that toxic energy, right?
Accountability.
And that's me taking accountability. I have to be accountable for my actions. I got to be accountable for the person that I was.
That's good.
Right? I was giving her my love language when I should have been giving her love language. And it's really just understanding that, right? So to piggyback off of what I was saying, I want to make sure that both of us in therapy understand like each other's trauma, understand how we can grow together, because when you do that, you just become so much better.
Stronger.
I didn't have a girlfriend for like 3-4 years. The reason why is because I want the next person that I make my girlfriend to be my wife. So that's why I want to make sure like the steps that I take moving forward, us going to therapy, we moving in the right direction where it's no toxic energy, where we're just happy. We're not worried about money. We all in a mental space. Baby, what's wrong? How was your day? Just a good level of communication so that we can have a successful relationship. You know what I mean? And that successful relationship will lead to marriage, will lead to children. Like I don't have any kids right now because I wanted to be married. I want to be married to have kids. Like I want to be able to wake up to my child each and every day. I don't want to schedule. Yeah, I'm dropping my kid off at 4. No, that's not for me. Like that's not for me. I was raised in a 2-parent household. I know a lot of people didn't have that. Like you were saying, like yo, my dad lived over here, my mom lived over here, but I thank God for allowing me to see what it's like to have your kids in the same household. Like me, my brother, and my sister, everybody think like, yo, how are y'all so close?
How we raised?
Like my mom used to work 3 to 11, 7 to 7, come back in the morning, or 11 to 7, come back in the morning, bring us to school, work like 9 to 3. So my dad was working during the week in New York, coming home on the weekends. So we raised each other. Herman raised me. Like that's like my father for real. My sister raised me. That's like my mom. They were the substitutes when my parents weren't there. That's why we're so close. So I want to create that same environment for when I have kids. If we're busy as entrepreneurs, we're traveling, we're doing everything. It's not just the nanny taking care of us. We siblings, so we all in it together.
I think that's good because you are creating a generational blessing. You know how people say generational curse, and you are honestly said that, you know, the split parent household wasn't something I experienced. You know, I feel like that it's your duty to make sure you follow suit with that. That's unfair, you know, for you to go into, you know, God forbid something happens. Life happens, but God forbid that doesn't. Yeah. But you should make sure that you follow suit with the same lifestyle or better that you had. You know, I see a lot of people that, you know, been in a, you know, 2-parent household their entire lives, and they just make, it's like some stuff happens. Some people grow apart, some things happen, but some people out here just doing just foolishness stuff, and it's like, yo, you didn't grow up, so now you're setting your child up with something that you didn't even experience. Like you had a 2-parent household, everything was amazing. Why are you out here just fucking off doing all different types of stuff, creating toxic households when you didn't even grow up in that? So it's like, yo, you creating a curse that is not even a generational curse. You're the first person to do that because you didn't even grow up that way. So I think what you said is great because you're trying to make sure like, yo, I had a strong, you know, family foundation. Everybody was together. I'm gonna keep that going. I'm gonna keep that generational blessing going. Trademark. I'm gonna keep that going. Sure. So, but now I'm gonna switch gears because we be on this all day.
Yeah, I love the way this convo flowing though, because it's not a lot of times you come on a podcast and natural. You know, it's just natural conversation. You do a deeper dive into the personal life of the entrepreneur. And then going into the business side. So I really appreciate you for that. You know,
no, for sure. I like just natural. Actually, I want to touch on one thing before we get right into the business. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. You said something key, and I don't need people I shake your hand on. You said therapy. I feel like therapy, I want to touch 5-10 minutes on this. I think therapy is one of the biggest things that can really change and help your life. And so many people underestimate or undervalue it based off of negative remarks from, you don't even know who it's come from. It's just in the air. You know what I mean? But I'm going to just have an honest moment with you. I started therapy this year, right? I started therapy. Bro. Thank you. I started therapy this year, February. So it's been almost a year now, right? Full 12 months. When I tell you, it's so funny, right? My first therapy session, right? I went to the session, and he said, "How you doing?" I blinked, 60 minutes passed. I talked for 60 minutes straight.
That is always the craziest thing.
He said, "How you doing?" And I talked for 60 minutes straight and didn't realize it. And didn't realize I had that much to talk about. Not to mention, my friend was trying to get me to do therapy for months. And I was like, "All right, I'll do it, whatever." And then I just had I just had an uncomfortable month.
Yeah.
And I hit him back. I said, yo, what's up with that therapist you talking about? I think it's time. And the reason why he said that, he said, yo, man, you know, you heavy in business and you about to have a kid. And he said, I'm just telling you because I'm just giving you a heads up of what might happen because it happened for me, you know, because you don't look like you slowing down. Some people have a kid and they take off. I was working so hard because everybody knew, I don't want to say this happens for everybody, but a lot of people I knew that had a kid, they took a break and they still trying to get back on.
Right.
They took a year off and they still like trying to get that momentum back. So I said, I'm never taking I might slow down a little bit, but I'm not taking a full break because I know how hard it is to get back on. So imagine, you don't have any kids, but bro, I pray when you have your kid that they sleep throughout the night. My son just started sleeping throughout the night a couple months ago. So imagine all night waking up 4 or 5 times a night, and then you getting up, running all day, real estate stuff. Like it was a lot, so it was draining me, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on, personal stuff. So the therapy session really changed me. I feel like, and a lot of people don't even know this or didn't even realize. They look like, yo, man, your life was living. That's just overtime to make sure I keep a stable lifestyle and a stable face. But like I was working overtime to make sure these last couple months I don't crack. But it was a lot of stuff, you know, just hitting me at one time.
Yeah.
And I feel like the last couple months, I just talking about there's like the last 90 days, I'm finally like, yeah, like boom.
Yeah.
But like last couple months, I'm working overtime to keep it smile. Like overtime, like yo, listen, all right, let me just keep pushing, keep pushing.
Yeah.
And so I'm saying all this to say that therapy is like a non-negotiable. Like if
for sure.
you a man or a woman is a non-negotiable. Did you have more than one therapist before? Your first one is your only one. Cause I heard you say woman. I wonder what made you.
So my first therapy session was actually a couple therapy session with my ex-girlfriend.
I did that too.
And the reason why we went to couples therapy is because we hit an empath in a way where we just was butting heads 24/7, and we purchased a home together, which I would tell you do not do, because sometimes you gotta listen to your mentors and your people when they tell you like don't do that shit.
Yeah.
But
Trust me.
you gotta learn from your own lessons, and I'm definitely learning from that lesson now for sure. But I went to therapy with her. And I had a white male therapist in Chestnut Hill, because I just really wanted to fix shit. You know what I mean? Like I was tired. Like, you know, when you just be so energy drained, it's just like we gotta figure this shit out. Like, what is going on?
You still want to make it work, so that's dope.
So we went to therapy, and my first therapy session lasted. My first therapist interaction lasted for maybe 4 sessions, and then my therapist was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be honest. I can't see you guys anymore. Like we aren't making." He fired us.
Damn.
As a couple.
Damn.
And then we lasted like maybe like 2 more years, and then it was done, right? And it was crazy because it was like that should have been a moment where we should have took that step back, separated.
He don't even want to work with us.
Yeah, like dang, like we must be really toxic for each other. We probably could have saved it if we would have just broke up. Probably came back to each other with growth. Like we probably needed to separate, but now that's like never gonna happen, right? Like we're both completely different people. Like she was with me when I was working. She was with me when I lost jobs. I've known her since I was in college, etc. But we're just 2 different people now, right? So now when I go to therapy, and the reason I picked a African-American female therapist, and I have my friends, they're like, "Why'd you pick a female therapist?" I was like, because my guy friends, they're my therapists, right? And I know when you think of that, you're like, huh? I'm like, I'm talking to my guy friends all the time. I'm telling them what's going on in my life. Like I'm telling them everything. Like, you know, people I've dated to what's going on financially, whatever, like projects I'm working on. You know all of that. Like I have that. I just wanted a different perspective, right? And like I said, I'm very intentional where I am in my life right now. I wanted a female therapist because I said, yo, I want to find a wife. Right. So I need to hear a different perspective. Yeah, I want to hear a different perspective. Granted, this probably isn't going to be my therapist for forever, but she's my therapist for right now. And it's okay to switch therapists for different moments of your life.
Wow,
right.
I never thought about that.
Yeah. And it's okay to switch therapists for different moments of your life. Like right now, I need a female therapist because I want to hear like different perspectives. I'm dating. So Now, when I'm telling you my stories, like I want to hear what your perspective is. And I have a young therapist too. Like she's about to be 40, but she's amazing.
That's dope.
Like you don't have to get a super old therapist and like lay on the couch. No, I want somebody who is close to my age, who could really give me some wisdom.
Relatable.
You know what I mean? Relatable. You know, she's divorced. My therapist is divorced and she has 2 kids. Like I'm not there, but she's been married.
She has wisdom.
She has wisdom. Like she knows more than me, and I appreciate her every session that I go to her twice a month. I go to her bi-monthly. Like I have to see her because I have a lot of stuff I need to get out. There's moments during the week where I was like, man, I gotta go to therapy. My first session was great, right? To piggyback off what you said, 60 minutes.
It's like
this, right?
He said, hey, I know we gotta go. I said, go. What the?
Like set that you hear the timer going off.
What the hell?
My second session, the first hour went, right? I was like, I'll pay you extra. I need another hour. My second session was 2 hours long. Like, because I just needed to let it go. Like, I had so much on my mind, so much I needed to talk about. And I know it sounds insane. Like, yo, you had 2 hours? Yeah. I picked myself first. I had to be selfish.
Yeah.
Like, forget everything else. Joanne, push my meetings. Like, I need this for me right now. And I seen a drastic change in the person that I am because of therapy. And I didn't think that therapy was really going to help me this way. And I promote it. Like, as black men, for us to be going to therapy, it's amazing to hear another black man like going to therapy. And for those of you who are a little bit scared of going to therapy and like, you're like, I don't know how I feel about telling other people my business and you a little reserved, trust me. Trust me, you can't give all of your pain, suffering, and trauma to your friend because now that's a weight on their back that they have to carry with their trauma now. So when you give it to somebody else who really understands it, who can guide you through it, who's a professional, listen, it's a way better feeling. Trust me, it's worth it. For sure.
Bro, I'm not, some people say like I'm emotionally distant. So I'm real chill. I'm not the guy you call me and tell me like some real emotional stuff. Cause I'm like, bro, I'm not that guy. I'm just being honest, I'm not that guy.
Don't have me crying on them like,
I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna tell you like, bro, get your shit together. Like, come on.
Bro, I'm that same person though.
Get your shit together. Come on. Like
stop making excuses. You making excuses, bro. It sounds like you making excuses, but you might come off a little mean.
Exactly. Look, bro, you BSing. Come on.
Yeah.
Even at funerals, I don't even cry. Yo, this was the first year I actually cried. I'm like, the hell is going on? Because you just really, like, a lot of stuff coming out. And you like, I'm sitting there looking like, the fuck am I doing? Like,
bro, real shit. I haven't cried in 3 years. It's insane. Like, my cousin, he's a software engineer for Google. He lives in New York.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so he been working at Google for like 10 years. Like, shout out to Kensley. So he came down. So I actually went up there first. He was like, yo, we need to have a cousins weekend, just me and you. And I'm gonna be honest. He was like, yo, we gonna do a little experiment. I went on my first shroom trip. It's natural. People smoke weed. Like, I had my first shroom trip. And he was like, the reason why I wanted to do this with you because I feel like you just bottling so much in right now. And I wasn't realizing that I was.
You up in a good way.
He was setting me up in a good way. He was like, I feel like you need to release it or whatever. And he's like, yo, like, you need to cry. And I was like, bro, I haven't cried in 3 years. It's going on 4 years this year that I haven't cried. And he's like, you need to just let it out. Like, you just got to let it out. So I had this hashtag on Twitter, like, cry for Kensley, because my cousin's been trying to make me cry since August. And it's just not there yet. But I feel like I almost had my moment, like around Christmas. Like, we did another a shroom trip where, I'm not going to say this for everybody, but me and you got to talk offline about that. For definitely something you got to experience. But he tried to get me. I almost had my moment because you're very vulnerable. Yeah. You're talking about life. You're looking at things completely different. It's not like when you're on weed and you just slumped. You're up, you're active, and you're having real life conversations. And it's amazing. Like, I told myself, I want to put myself in a room full of all these intelligent entrepreneurs and have a trip with them and watch how we walk out of there. we're gonna come up with the $1 billion idea. I promise you. I promise
It
you.
ain't no side like crazy like.
No side effects. You don't wake up with a hangover, nothing. I want to do it so bad. Like, and I talked about it that night. I was like, yo, the mind is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you just unlock a different portion of the way that you think, that you like. It's not like, oh yeah, aliens. No, it's not like that. Like, you're just really having vulnerable conversations, different topics. You're going from business, you're going to love, like you're going to family. Like, it's all different topics, but it's just so natural. And it lasts for like 6 hours, and y'all going for 6 hours. I never want to do shrooms by myself. I need to do it in a group at all times. It's the best experience I've ever had.
Yo, I'm glad you said something as far as the group being vulnerable to group. I actually got one of my my close friends to him referring to my therapist, and he goes to my therapist now. He has therapy sessions. He called me, and I explained how it's doing so good for me, and he been dealing with it. Like, yeah, he finally came around to doing it. Me and him had a conversation when he said, "Bro, this might sound corny, but," and I'm like, "No, that's not corny." He just releasing everything out, and I knew him for years. He talk some stuff, he say some deep stuff, but like that convo was like, bro, like I'm crumbling.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, and I was telling him something. I'm just listening. So I say this to say, for business and personal, you have to surround yourself. I don't say surround yourself, but expose your stuff to other individuals, because you don't know how it may help other people. Like, why we have this podcast is so people can hear and get exposed to some of the game we already know.
Right.
You know, why we tell our family, yo, this is a play I ran, you should try it. Whether they do it or not, you can't control, but here goes something I'm doing. Yo, this is some personal stuff I'm dealing with.
Right.
Now I'm getting you comfortable to share some stuff, and now your life is being changed on a personal aspect. So I just feel like, you know, us as individuals, we always have to share. Like, I feel like, you know, humans are made to love and to share.
Right.
You know, not take and keep. That's how the world keeps going. That's how conversations keep going. That's how this whole, you know, world we live in just really keeps spinning based on us loving and sharing. So, you know, I just wanted to, you know, touch on that because you said something that was key in a different light. But
the key word to that is human.
Yeah.
We are human for real. You might see us on social media and you're like, yo, he's just in the trenches, in the trap. He grinding 24/7, but we human. Like, we go through our own real life problems as well. Just like you on a day to day. So we always have to just pay attention to that. You see us out in the street, you know, we always have to put on that. Like, I know you have over 100,000 followers. I have like 70,000 followers. I've been around Herman, who has 100,000 followers, and it's just him 500. And everybody's just, yo, how can you help me? It's so good seeing you. You know what I mean? And, you know, we could be going through something that day. But because of you and because of the platform that we have to clean it up. Hey, how's it going? Good. I'm glad that you're doing well. Like, I'm glad to hear all the moves that you're making. Sometimes we might not be in the mood. You know what I mean? You don't know. Somebody just passed in my family. And I'm not letting that out right here, but you know, it's we have to show that we're human too. And I'm glad that you gave me this platform to show, like, yo, we both human. At the end of the day, it's not always about business. So, yeah, man, I appreciate that.
No, that was love. So I want to switch gears. But I think before we do that, I think this was really good. Like, even just for me, just talking, you know, about, you know, it's not that many people you can have a conversation about therapy with, you know, especially in our culture. It's like, when I talk about it, it's like I'm actually talking from trying to put somebody on, not it's a back and forth. Yo, this is my therapist. This is my therapist. You know, it's a dialogue. It's more of me putting someone on. So, you know, especially in a world we live in where we always putting people on just game and business in general now. And now I'm putting people on personal life too. Right. So it feels good to have just wanted to say thank you for that. Yeah, sure. But just to touch on, you know, business stuff, I just want to give you a chance to like share exactly what you do. Cause I think you do, what do they call it? Like, everybody want to go ahead. They call it picks and axes. Yeah. Like, so everybody wants to go ahead and, let's say, for example, everybody wants to go ahead and build a house. But they don't even realize that what are the materials needed to build a house. Everybody wants to be a real estate investor, you know, the money lender and everything. But nobody wants to be the person. Nobody wants to be the Home Depot, the person that supplies the material, because you can't do nothing without the Home Depot, you know, figuratively speaking. So, you know, you do a lot of amazing things that are necessary in order for people to get what they're trying to do. So people want to get business funded. Yeah, I want to get all this business funding and stuff like that, but you need a piece before you can get the business funded, which you feel. And so I want you just to share, you know, what exactly.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know me, of course, you know, my man Derek gave me an incredible introduction, but we didn't really do a deeper dive in my business. So I own a company called 1990 Business Consulting. 1990 Business Consulting allows different entrepreneurs and new entrepreneurs to create that blueprint and foundation to build your business up from the ground up. So like Derek said, when people want to get into real estate, they're like, all right, well, I want to get business funding and business loans, but you can't even obtain business funding and business loans without being a business, without having your business registered, right? So my company is similar to like a LegalZoom and a Rocket Lawyer, where we help new and enthused individuals who want to get into the business world help create their LLCs, help create their corporations. If they want to get into the nonprofit space, we do that as well. We help different entrepreneurs get business plans created so that they can go out and get some type of business funding from either it's from financial institutions, different banks, or from individual investors who want to, okay, let me see your business plan, your exit strategy, how much you're going to be doing in revenue over the course of the next 5 years, your projections. We allow to do that too. A key piece that I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs miss, especially when they feel like they have the it idea, right? And they have the it brand, is that they create an LLC, but they don't trademark it, all right? So we do trademarking as well over at 1990, where we don't just register your business in the state. Your business is now trademarked throughout the whole U.S. You know what I mean? And that's a very key piece, especially if somebody's trying to steal your brand, take your business name. You're one of one. I'm going to send you over a cease and desist letter.
Yeah.
Because if you keep making money with my business name, I need all them coins. You know what I mean? So like you're seeing a lot of celebrities right now. Diddy just trademarked Diddy plus 7 because he just had his new baby girl Love. You know what I mean? Jay-Z trademarked Blue Ivy. So people are trademarking their names because you are a brand. You're my child. I'm a celebrity. Now you're a brand. Now you're going to be making money.
I have a question about that too.
Shoot.
I don't want to cut you off, but I just don't want to forget. If somebody trademarks their name, does that stop you from naming somebody that name?
It does.
What? So like, like
they can't. If somebody, so it doesn't stop you from naming that person a name, but that person cannot make money off of their name.
So somebody tries to name, I have another kid and I named them Blue Ivy, right?
Yeah.
Then I'm like, Blue Ivy sells books. She makes children's books.
Nope.
Damn.
I can sue you.
Whoa.
I can sue you.
Damn.
So those are just a lot of the lanes that we really do a deeper dive in. And then if you guys do follow me on Instagram at kevinj.dolce, I give a lot of information for free with different illustrations that I do. Right. That's just teaching you different business game, life game, like, oh, how to take your personal home and put it into your business name, different grants that you can apply for as an entrepreneur, knowing the difference between an LLC and a corporation, knowing that an S Corp is not a business entity. Oh my God, that's the worst one for me. It stresses me out so much because people are like, yeah, I want an S Corp, but I can't find it on the Secretary of State website. That's because it's not a business entity. The only place you're gonna find an S Corp is if you file for your EIN, you go onto the IRS.gov, file for your EIN, you type in, you select the corporation circle, right? And then when you go to the corporation circle, it's going to give you the option of being taxed as a C Corp or an S Corp. Select an S Corp selection because it's not a business entity. It's a tax designation. Yeah. So that's the key difference in it. And I love what I do. I love educating people. I love doing due diligence and research myself, where I'm educating myself, where I'm able to come out and educate you. It's fun. Yeah. Like, people are engaging. People are like, oh my God, like, I didn't know this. You know what I mean? I have this saying, after all my videos, I say, if billionaires can do it, why can't you? And I have some people that be underneath like, because they're billionaires. No, stupid. Like, that's not the point of me saying if billionaires can do it, why can't you? I'm saying it because these billionaires were individuals just like us. right? They were sitting in the seats just like us. They worked for an employer at one point in time of their life because they set a pathway, they had an idea, they put in the footwork, and now they're at the point where they are now. So billionaires can do it. Why can't you? Meaning they were human. They were somebody at one point.
Facts.
They were an individual at one point. So, I stress that a lot. And the messaging behind it is just like, guys, like you can do anything you put your mind to. And that's why I'm here. That's why 1990 has been created. That's why I have a passion for what I do. And I just want to keep exploring that, keep growing the brand, keep educating individuals, keep helping people start new businesses. It's amazing when somebody could be like, yo, like you helped me start my LLC.
That's dope.
Like, yeah, that feel good. Like
now
my
your
company
LLC
did that.
making money.
Now
Like,
your LLC
wow.
making money. Like, yo, like you got me an age shelf court. I just made $250,000 off this age shelf court. That's amazing. That's not my money. That's other people's money.
Like you they birthed the baby, but you were like the I'm not good with the terms,
Yeah.
but the doctor that
The
helped.
doctor,
You know what I mean?
No,
You know,
OBGYN.
Yeah. Yo, one thing I want to say, and I want to ask you this, but I want to tell you guys this. Yes, anybody can create their own LLC. Yes.
For sure.
100% for sure. Did you know the S selection thing? Did you know did you know some of these things already? Yes or no?
Right.
So people ask me, do you create your own LLC? Because it's easy. Yeah. I mean, flying a plane is probably easy to the pilot. That don't mean I'm about to go ahead and do it.
Right.
So, hiring the professional that actually knows the behind the scenes stuff, that actually knows how to do stuff the correct way. I'm going to tell you something. Me and one of my friends, my old business partner, we created an LLC, and I said, yo, I'm going to call my guy. He's going to create the LLC. And he was like, no, like, we can just do this on our own. Me, I'm not cheap. I don't mind paying for, an experience, service, and speed.
Right.
So he's like, no, we can just do this. This is not my first LLC. He created it, and then I forgot, something came up on the page, and I'm like, oh, no. It was like an hour past. I'm like, usually some documents come in the email or something. I'm like, I'm not the expert, but usually get something. Bro, that LLC ain't come for like a month later. Mm-hmm. And I said, yo, I told you we could have just paid the $150 and have my guy go ahead and do it. And he's like, yo, we could have saved the $150. I'm like, but now we waiting to do what we got to do because we don't even have no LLC yet. The opportunity cost. Think about this. How much is it costing you, this opportunity costing you waiting for all of this time to get your LLC down, or your LLC was created the wrong way?
Right. So
now you can't even get fun. Now all this other stuff is happening.
It's the craziest thing. So people be like, I could just do it myself. The amount of articles of amendment that my company does is insane because people are like, oh man, my personal address is on my LLC. I can't get funding because they see that it's a residential neighborhood and it's supposed to be a commercial or business address. So now I can't get funding. I have investments, trucking, real estate in my business name. So now I can't get funding because it's a high risk industry. So now I have to amend the whole thing. At 1990, we're gonna help you with that. Like we're gonna help you. We're gonna help you help you understand what a virtual office is and what a registered agent address is. We're gonna tell you that the virtual office, that's gonna cost you $150 per month. Or $50 to $150 per month, but this is what you get with it. A registered agent, it's gonna cost you $50 a year, but that's a business address that you can use. Like it's cheaper, it's more cost effective. Like, I have this address to forward you over your mail, etc. Right?
That's game.
So it's just allowing you to understand the basics for you to be successful. Because at the end of the day, the reason why people start businesses is to scale and to grow the right way, right? And when you allow yourself to do that, you don't scale and grow the right way with the pocket that you make from the business. You scale and grow the right way through acquisitions and using other people's money, using either business credit cards, using investor money, going to different financial institutions, family and friends. That's all other people's money. That's how you grow your business out. So you want to make sure that the foundation and that blueprint is correct before you start building up.
That's a fact. And I really want to make that clear to individuals because a lot of us are going backwards from the jump. Like, it's not even necessary. If you have someone that's there to give you the game, show you how to do it, educate you, and then do everything for you, it's like, why walk backwards on your first step.
Right.
It's like, you might, like, why? That makes no sense. You're starting your first step walking backwards. It literally makes no sense to do that when you can start out the right way for a couple $100, $150, $200, you know, whatever the fees are. You know, it makes me so angry because it's like, yo, you gonna spend that money anyway.
But sometimes I get it too, though. Like, I don't want to crucify them too much, and not to cut you off. I don't want to crucify you to like certain people too much, but you know what it's like when you first start in your first business. The level of excitement. Yeah. Like, oh my God, I started my first business. I need to post this on social media right now. Everybody gotta know. Yeah. And in the end, you're like, damn, I really messed this job up. Now it's gonna cost me more money to now I just doubled up on what I gotta do to fix it. Yeah, like I had somebody who just, oh my God, it burned me up so much because they know me and they my friend. And they launched a business, like a makeup business or whatever. The branding fire. Everything's so fire. And I'm like, oh my God, this is fire. Did you trademark it? No, I didn't. I go on the trademark, the name not even available. I'm like, did you get an LLC for it? No, I didn't. I was like, yo, you telling me you just launched this brand online, fire. You have a good amount of followers. That cease and desist letter is coming to you immediately. I just want you to know it's coming. So just prepare yourself. Just take it down. Start over. You launched it too much. You got to start over. You lost out on your money. I'm gonna be honest. If it's trademarked, if somebody else has, if it's trademarked, we're not even gonna talk about LLC because there could be Derek Boone and Associates in Florida, PA, and New York. Right. That's totally fine, right? But when it comes to trademarking, there can only be one. There can only be one. So yeah, it's gonna suck, especially when it's an online business. You're going to be pushing that brand like crazy with ads and everything like that. Somebody going to see that. You see different people going through that all the time. Prime example, Lori Harvey started this brand called Skin, SKN. There was another company who trademarked that name. Now they're going through legal battles right now. Like, yeah, she's suing. The person who originally came up with the name is suing Lori Harvey for like $50 million. Ooh. That's what happens. That's what happens. No, you didn't take it down. You left it up. You got the following. Pay me my money. So, you know, it's definitely a different job.
I gave you a heads up about it. Sent the cease and desist. And you decided to still
keep pushing it.
All right, now you're asking for
You have over 2 million followers. Oh yeah, for sure. Pay me my coins. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's crazy. But like you said, it's just, you know, doing stuff the right way first. And I understand people excited want to do stuff. But it's to me it's just like, yo, a lot of us are getting this game from online. So to me it's just like, then you bypass me giving you the game to still do it in your. It's like,
still
yo, bro,
do it the wrong way anyway. Yeah, it don't make no sense.
It's one thing, like, you know, at a certain point of, you know, humanity before social media and all this free game was given, you make mistakes. I understand, like, but now it's like you literally blatantly went past all the free game we're given, all the connections we given, all the link in the bios. Are like, I'm still want to do this thing my own way. Like,
it costs you to be stubborn. It costs you to be stubborn. Stop being stubborn. Spend the extra money. Like, it's okay. Yeah. Like, it's okay. It'll come back. I promise you. It always will come back. Money comes easily, frequently, and abundantly. Yeah. Like, remember that. Like, it does. So if it's gonna cost you extra $150 or $50 to do it the right way, just pay it. Like,
yo, I got a question for you, right? Because you are a real giving and valuable person, and you like to put people on. Would you? I don't know if you do this now. Would you ever be open to sharing how to, you know, start your own formation company? Is that something?
Oh yeah, for sure. I actually did that now. So nice. Last year I created 1990 Business Academy. My brother was telling me to start this academy. Shout out to Herman, Haitian CEO. If you guys don't follow him, he's the man. He the credit god. Yeah. Like the funding god. He's that guy.
I actually argue with a couple people about him. Like, your guy not better than him. Like, this is recent. Like,
we're not even gonna do that. Like,
yeah, we too. Like, you're not better than him.
Prime example. Herman just funded $5.9 million in 24 hours last week. Like, that's insane. Like, that's insane.
It's not happening.
People who had credit scores of 620s was still getting 50 bands. That's crazy. Yeah. Like, how? Yeah. That's impossible. Yeah. But he made it possible. But he told me to start 1990 Business Academy. 2 years ago. When I mean I was being a little brother, yo, I'm not listening to you. I'm procrastinating, like going insane. And I'm like, yo, I need better margins. Like for me, I audit my company every 3 months.
Nice.
That's me personally. Like
Nice.
I audit my company. I like to see where our revenue is going to be. I like to see my projections. I want to see that I'm trending in the right direction year over year, quarter over quarter.
That's good.
Right?
Even selling when you want to sell the company is
Yeah,
good too.
right. So because I have an exit strategy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sell. The 1990 isn't just here to be a regional company. I want us to be a household name. We have clients all over the country. I'm getting notifications of people in Paris and Australia coming to our website. I have people in Canada, Australia. Hey, do you help with businesses over here? Yeah, I can help you, but the laws are a little different. I need to understand the entity structures over there.
I respect that.
Yeah, so I won't take them on as a client, but my goal this year is to make us an international brand, right? It's to become global. If you people on my Instagram, I've been posting, yo, look, Paris is on my website. Australia's on my website. Canada, shout out to you guys. Singapore is on my website. That means my videos are getting traction. The education is going far. You know what I mean? So I want to keep that momentum going. So I created 1990 Business Academy because, one, I realized a crazy niche. There is not one place on the internet where you can get a step-by-step video of how to register an LLC. You can go on YouTube. You could go on this other platform, Hijabi, whatever it is.
Hijabi.
Like you can go on any platform and you can't find it. They'll tell you, this is their example of them telling you how to register your business, how to start your business. You go to the Secretary of State. You register with the Secretary of State. You go to get your EIN number. Then you got to create an operating agreement, and then you go to the bank and you go open up a bank account. That's how you register your business. What?
Vague.
I created 1990 Business Academy, where you learn how to register your business in all 50 states step by step. I took my time. There's 50 instructional videos that goes through every Secretary of State website and shows you exactly how to register your business step by step. And if the Secretary of State website changes, just better believe that I'm updating it as well, because I'm one of one. This is one of one. Nobody else has this product. That's why I'm like, nah, this time to take it up. So it teaches you how to create a 7-figure business. 1990 is a 7-figure business. This isn't a 6. Everybody's starting company. Everybody wants to start a company. Like, I built this thing from the ground up. I knew exactly what to do, and I just went with it. All off registering LLCs.
Damn,
that's crazy, right?
It is crazy because it's a non-biased model.
Right.
Which, what I mean by non-biased, there's no degree needed. There's no 10 years of what do you call it? When you graduate college, you need to do a year under someone.
Yeah, it's like no.
What's the word I'm looking
apprenticeships.
for? Apprenticeships.
Yeah,
it's no
residency.
All this extra stuff. And I love business models that are that, because for people like me, you know, I went to Penn State Abington and I failed out of I got kicked out of Penn State Abington. I wasn't going to class. My grades was like horrible, so they kicked me out. I never had no corporate job. I was working in a retirement home. So real estate was a chance for me to, like, I can make real money without having a degree or having a corporate background or having all these different things. And I always spread light on companies or business models that you can get started today with all those things, because, you know, I know a lot of individuals like me, and like, I'll put it like this. If I'm a doctor and I say, yo, my job is hiring for more doctors, you should apply. It's like, bro, you know, I don't have no, like,
right.
Yo, listen, this house is for sale. You should go ahead and do that. I connect you with my guy, connect you with my contractor. We can get you in this house. You can flip it. You can make 20, 30,000. Like, you could do this tomorrow. You know what I mean? And it could be done in the next 6 months. It could be done, in worst case scenario, this year. You know, and I love models like that. And case in point, your model where your academy is showing people how to make an extra $150, $200 a person.
Right.
Like, some people aren't even making that a day. You're talking about making that a person, which, how long does it take to form an LLC? on your end to do the work?
So on my end,
Yeah.
my
Well,
video-
on the average, right?
No, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna keep it real because this is all transparent. The information that I give is free, right? So, my VA probably takes 5 minutes.
Oh my God. He killed it.
My VA
virtual assistant. Yo, he killed it. I'm done already. Damn.
My VA probably takes 5 minutes to register a business entity. About 5 minutes.
I gotta get out of it. Yo, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So, registering the LLC takes 5 minutes, right?
Take like 5 minutes. Some states it might take like 7.
Doing 10 LLCs a day is a realistic number, right?
Very realistic.
So doing 10 LLCs a day, and what is a worst case price for a LLC? Not like the net after registered state, you got to pay all the fees and stuff like that.
Like my pricing, or
Yeah,
like regular state fees.
No, outside of the state fees that don't go to you.
I'm outside of the state fees that don't go to me.
Yeah.
Like $200.
So let's say you want to undercut him, and you like I'm gonna do 150. You could do 10 a day.
Yep.
$150 times 10. But you can actually go to websites like onlinejobs.ph, Upwork, and hire a virtual assistant to do the 10 for you. So I don't know how this works, and you're like, but you can literally.
You ain't even. I'm about to make you get up for real.
Yo, this is crazy.
So I got a VA. I got a VA. Her name is Joanne. Shout out to Joanne. She's gonna get a big promotion this year, by the way, because she's amazing. Speaks great English. She's from the Philippines. I found her on Upwork. I did a whole interview process with her. I probably interviewed like 20 people because I really wanted a good VA. I wanted a VA that would be able to manage other VAs. So that was my goal.
Key.
Joanne, right now, works 40 hours a week, and I pay her $3 an hour. Imagine having to only pay somebody $400 a month, and you making damn near $100K a month. You're not doing anything.
And I want to make it clear, because some people are looking at him like the devil. $3 over there is way different.
It's way more.
It's way different.
It's way more. So,
my one VI, I pay $6. They do, but it's a whole different type of thing. They do a whole bunch of different.
So $240 every 2 weeks, right?
You're buying houses with this money.
13,000 Philippine dollars for the Philippines.
Yo, my VA just bought a condo.
13,000.
Like it's like so
Changing lives.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here go
Oh, my
here go
God.
$1,000 Christmas bonus. Oh my God, crying,
You're rich.
crying.
Rich.
That's $100,000. That's over $100,000 for them.
Yeah.
In their money.
Yeah. Rich.
Yeah, it's insane.
So back to the Americans. I just wanted to clear that up because people probably $3. Dang, you.
Yeah, like you sweatshops.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it's
that's
different.
not how it works.
It's
Yeah.
different. It's different.
They're asking for these. This is what they're putting.
This is the
like,
wage that they put.
$3-4. Like this is the wage that they
That's
want.
a fact. That's a fact. So bring this back to this side, and I want people to understand this because 1990 Caddy may be for you.
Mm-hmm.
You do 10 LLCs a day. Let's say you undercut him $150. I want to beat his pricing. $150. So now, but then you hire a VA. You're paying $3 an hour to do all the VAs. So you're in a house or at the gym. Another one came in. Another one came in. Another one came in. Another.
I don't even.
Let me just mark it. Let me just
the
mark it.
notifications off for it because the phone is just vibrating. I just turn the
God
notifications
damn.
off. Be like, it is what it is. The craziest part about this, Boone, is that you're gonna look at me like I'm crazy. I did all of this without Facebook ads. I'm just now starting to run Facebook ads.
God damn. Like
So now it's 10x the company time.
yeah, you need more Joannes. You need.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's gonna get real crazy. I do nothing. I'm gonna be honest. I even to keep me busy. Like I write business plans, and I still got somebody to outsource those to. I need to look over the projections and the numbers to make sure they're right. Like I have to do my due diligence, make sure that I have editors as well to make sure that the punctuation and everything, the grammar is right in it. But
I wanna. That's amazing. like I have
Appreciate
to.
you, bro.
That's
For
amazing,
sure.
bro. That's really.
Automate your business.
I wanna say things, and then we can end it on this. The idea of successful entrepreneur in this day and age, and probably it's been forever, but I don't say forever, but this day and age doesn't always require hard physical labor. I want to make that super duper clear. It does not always require hard physical labor. And, it took a while for me to understand this because it was like now. So, I do real estate. My guys send me pictures of what they
Yeah, I
have.
see it all the time, bro.
Yeah,
I see
they
it on
send me pictures. Like, I literally, some days, like, I'm like, my day is done by 1 every day. Like,
I be cracking up because you'll post something and you'll be like, dang, I forgot this project was even going on for real.
yeah, like, they send me pictures like, oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Like, and it took me some time to get to that point where, like, don't go there. Like, you don't have to go. Like, it's going to get done. Like, you don't have to carry some stuff out the truck. Like, if I do, like, yesterday, I was in Jersey, and the place I get my tile from is in Jersey. So my guys needed more tile. So I said, you know what? I'm going to get it because if I do delivery, it's not going to come tomorrow. I'm already over here. I'm already in my pickup truck. It's like, come on, like,
pick it up,
yeah, let's not be too bougie.
Yeah.
I pull up, you're on my front, get the stuff out the truck, and I go back in the house. Like, at one point in my life, I'm parking up, I'm hauling it in the house. Like, it does not have to require so much physical labor. Yeah, maybe when you first getting started, maybe you got to do some stuff just to get the ball rolling.
Right.
But, like, I want to highlight you because you're showing proof that, you can make money without stressing yourself a whole bunch. We really feel like, based on how we was raised, that we had to work 7 to 3, then 4 to 9. We had to be hustling, busting. We had to be running, or we not working it. Like I said, to me, when my life first switched to this, I felt bad. Like, I'm supposed to be doing something right now. But then you check notifications, like, but it's working, but I'm supposed to be doing something.
Right.
But money's coming in, but I'm feeling bad, but it's not. It's like, it's okay.
We also got to keep it a little bit realistic too. So my company is going to be 5 years this year, right? I did an illustration the other day, and it was like the tip of the iceberg, right? So it's a full iceberg, and the tip of the iceberg is success. Underneath the iceberg, it doesn't show. You don't see what's underneath the iceberg, but at the tip of the iceberg is very small. Underneath the iceberg is massive. Like, it's bigger than the tip of the iceberg. So that's just all the struggles that I went through. Everything that I had to do to get my company where it's at. Success does not happen overnight. I cannot stress this shit enough. Like, everybody think like, oh yeah, this is fast money. Even when you in the streets and you trapping, like, you starting from a low worker before you really get up the chapo for real. So, like, when you think like, oh yeah, the mentality of, oh yeah, I need to be rich overnight. Like, oh, it's supposed to happen, and you're frustrated. Now you abusing your mind. Like, you're driving yourself crazy. You're abusing your mind. Yo, settle down. Take your time. Build it out the right way. Like, you have Snapchat. You have Instagram, you have Facebook, you have Apple, you have Microsoft. You thought these companies were built overnight?
Nope.
Are you crazy? Tesla was built overnight? No way. No way. They got their LLC. They put together a business plan. They put together the right team.
A players.
They put together the right team. The people that would... There's SVPs of Microsoft and Apple right now that are billionaires. Legit billionaires, because they were there in the beginning. They're not even CEOs. When you put the right team around you, when you structure your companies the right way, when you put a plan in place and you stick to it and you see what's really going to happen and you got the vision for it, you're going to propel. Sometimes, yeah, it's business and it work. That happens too. That's why you create a business plan. That's why I create business plans. Right. And I'll tell some of my people who like ask for a business plan. They'll be like, yeah, I need a business plan for this company. And I'll go back to them and I'm like, yo, like, we got this business plan, but the margins just aren't making sense.
Wow.
Like, they're not making sense. So before you go put all your money into this business,
revisit this.
You need to revisit this. You need to pivot however way you can really pivot. One thing that everybody's trying to get in right now is marijuana. Right?
Yeah.
So me and Herman, we actually, like, we did a deep dive. Like, we got a farm or whatever. That's low. But one thing that people don't understand is when you're trying to have an actual physical dispensary, that's not where the money is. Everybody's thinking like, oh yeah, I need a dispensary.
And they look cool. They think
the margins on dispensaries are in the negative. They're in the negative. Where the money is with the license. Because once they make it legal in every single state, and it's a light switch, just like cigarettes, where they can mass produce it, marijuana is going to be the next big thing.
Yeah.
So everybody's focusing on the licenses. Like when we went to LA like last year or 2 years ago when we had this meeting. Went to a dispensary, went in the guy's office, me, my brother, Fitz, Eric, Greg, and Herman. We were all in there, and then guy's name is Art. I'm like, Art, can I see the margins on this? Because I'm like the business mind out of everybody. Like, I need to see numbers because it looks all good, but I need to see numbers. So I'm looking at it, and I'm like, all right, like, these are all in the negative, bro. He was like, I know. And he just started cracking up. And I'm like, why are you laughing like this? This is terrible. He's like, yeah, the license costs $25 million now.
Whoa.
I spent $500,000 on the license. The license worth $25 million now.
Whoa. So he playing a long game.
It's the long game.
Whoa.
Chuckling. Oh, it don't even matter.
Whoa.
Yeah, bro. It's the long
playing
game.
The long game.
It's the long game. So you got to understand that sometimes you take L's. I took the biggest loss I ever took in my entire life during the pandemic. I lost $250,000 with my brother in the trucking game. I did. We don't even like talking about it no more. But, you got to show your L's too.
Yeah.
Like, people
it's
don't
funny,
like showing
I was
their
just about to
L's.
get into it around that time.
Yeah, like,
and a phone call didn't come through, or guy didn't answer the phone, and I called again. He didn't answer the phone. He was like, "I'm busy." So he just was bad customer service. End up being a blessing for me.
Right. So, and I'll talk about this L. So we was doing business with somebody who was supposed to be really big in the trucking game. And during that time period, trucking was it. It was going. We was like, all right, cool. We gonna go hard or go home. 10 trucks off the rip, 250.
Sheesh.
Used trucks. We had a lightning in a bottle because this dude was actually getting out of the trucking game. And he was like, yo, I'm selling each one of my trucks for $25 a pop.
He was smart.
He was like, I'm selling each one of my trucks for $25 a pop.
Damn.
So we
$50,000.
What? 5K maintenance on each one of them. Now we at 30. We like, cool. We going all in. Right? So we buy the fleet. The trucks are supposed to be running during this time. Right? They're not running. The person who's supposed to be running the trucks is like, the ports is closed because of the pandemic, which we didn't understand. Like some of the ports were closed. So that's where the real money was at. Like, that's where you getting 10 bands a week. $20,000 a week at the ports, right? So we like, all right, we understand. But at this time, we losing money because we paying insurance on the trucks. And insurance like $2,000 a month. That's
not cheap on each.
On each. So now you taking a bigger and bigger L. So it's like getting frustrating, like, yo, what's going on? Or whatever. So, we start talking to our other friends who are in trucking. They're like, what you talking about? The bag being ran up right now. What you mean the ports is closed? The ports is open. Let me show you We go back because we like, yo, we trust you because we like built a very strong relationship. We was always down there, like just building that relationship. It felt like family. And that was the manipulation, right? Come to find out, I'm like, yo, we just gonna take our trucks elsewhere. I go to the yard where the trucks are. This is probably like maybe Boone, I think it's like 10 months of losing $2,000 per truck. Mind you, we bought a fleet. So we 8 or 10 trucks in.
That's heavy.
We're bleeding.
Yeah.
Now it's hurting, right? I feel it. Like, I'm like, yo, like, it's hurting me, right? And go down there. I go look at the trucks in the yard. And I had to fly to this location. I don't want to say the specific location, but I had to fly to this location. Then to get a hotel room, nothing, because I was just like, all right, cool. I'm going to go get the titles, keys. I'm in and out. Go down there. The person tells me to meet them at a hotel. So I'm there. I'm like, hey, I'm here. They're like, yo, I'm in a meeting or whatever. I'll be right down. I'm sitting in a rental. 3 hours pass. I take a nap in the wheel. I got my laptop out. I'm like, yo, it's 3 hours that pass. Oh, they sent me a different address. Meet me at this location.
Nah.
Right? Go to that location. It's an apartment building. Go to this person's apartment building or whatever. And then, we talking. I'm like, dang, like, why did y'all send me here? It was some turmoil that happened before then because we was just like, yo, what is going on? It was a lot of he said, she said shit. I'm gonna tell you about my mistakes. Mistakes, you learn from your mistakes. You learn from your mistakes. So I go up there. They take me over to the yard. They're like, yo, we're gonna go over to the yard tomorrow, not today.
I wasn't here for that.
I wasn't here for that. So now I flew down, spent money on the ticket. I'm in an unfamiliar place. This is not my territory for real. So I don't got, not to say, I got a ton of hitters and goons, but I'm Dolo. I'm by myself. So, I call my brother. I'm like, yo, they talking about we not seeing these trucks till tomorrow. Like, yo, what's up? So now my brother is kind of in panic mode. He like, damn, like, we not on good terms with these people. And my brother down south for real. So anything can happen. So, I get a hotel, wake up early in the morning. We end up going to the spot where the trucks are, the trucking yard. Get to the trucking yard. I see all the trucks. I saw the trucks initially when we bought them.
So you knew what they looked like?
I knew what they looked like. Cracked windshields, missing bumpers, missing side mirrors. You was running them trucks the entire time. I go inside the trucks. Gatorade bottles, McDonald's wrappings, all of that in the trucks. I look at him, and I was he literally told me when I had spoke to him, like the guy who was assisting with it, right? He literally told him, he was like, yo, I had to call. The person was like, yo, I think I'm gonna have to fight because I think he's gonna beat my ass. I was so hot. I was so mad. I called my brother crying. Like I was just so hot. Not like boo-hooing, but like
you angry.
Just so angry. I was so angry. Like, yo, we just took the biggest L ever. The biggest L ever. Lost it all. Tried to turn on some of the trucks. The trucks wouldn't even turn on.
It was running them to the ground.
Ran them down. You know how many trucks we got out of them 10 back up here? None. Complete loss. Complete L. You can have them. My brother was like, yo, come back. Booked a flight. Got on a plane the next day. Was out.
Wow. And one, I'm sorry that, that happened to you just in general. But, I like always look at the glass half full, now you, like there wasn't an L, but a lesson. So now you understand, we don't got to go into detail about it, but you understand little things or so where I'm looking for, like notices that you saw in between and looking back on, like, dang, I should have jumped on that. I caught it and I didn't move on it.
Let me tell you the biggest lesson that I learned from that whole ordeal. Because going into it, whether you're doing business with your friend, whether you're doing business with family, whether your level of discernment is like, oh my God, this person is so nice. Like, this could be a handshake deal. Fuck that. Everything goes on paper. Everything's being signed. Legal, document, everything. You, my friend, we doing business. Business don't got nothing to do with friendship. We making money now. This is money. I'm providing for my family and everything else. Let's put this on paper. Let's get the lawyers to look over it. We're going to look over these documents. That was a handshake deal. So wired the bread. We didn't put together any operating agreements of how much we were supposed to be getting paid. All of that. What made it worst is because, you know, your MCDOT number.
Yeah.
Because we were new, it was going to have our insurance policy really, really high. So what we did, we put everything in their name so they can run it, so we can run underneath their authority.
Cheaper number.
So we can get the cheaper number. But we didn't educate ourselves and do our due diligence on the industry. We just looked at the number. So make sure you educate yourself before you invest. Make sure you have them contracts and your legal team behind you. Legal Shield is $19 per month. If you like, I can't afford to put a lawyer on retainer, Legal Shield is $19 per month. If you want them to review any contracts, they work for you. You get a specified amount of hours. Like, you get like, what, 15, 20 hours per month?
Wow.
Like, 15, 20 hours per month for an attorney to review your documents and you knock it out. Come on. Like, it's just a lesson learned. Nothing gets done without a contract. Even in my academy, right? So I offer, you learn how to do business in each and every state, right? And then I offer over 22 plus legal documents that you need for your business. Cease and desist letters, operating agreements, sales agreements, everything that you can think of. All of those documents are there. They're all templates. So you can go in there, put your business name, create the contracts, do whatever you need to do, because that's so important when doing business.
Right.
Doing this, nah.
Right.
That can be the initial deal, handshake deal, cool. I'm going to have my people, I'm going to have my lawyer send you over my paperwork for sure.
Yo, that is, first off, this episode, this conversation was so impactful. I just want to say we touched on a lot of different topics. Yeah. I think just real key stuff from, mental to emotional to legal side of things to how to start a bit. A lot of these, podcasts, we talk about how to make money, how to different stuff, like how to get funded, all those different type of things. But to touch on someone's mental, to touch on somebody else, how to not make that same mistake again, this I feel like this was really open, just let everything out.
For sure, you got to do that, Boone, because it's people who watching this just like, yo, he made a lot of money, but it's no, that's not just it. I had to go through hell to get where I'm at today. Blood, sweat, and tears isn't even it. I feel like I gave a kidney for this. You know what I mean? And when you show people that, I want you to see the authentic, real life version of what it is to be an entrepreneur. I have days where I made $0. I had weeks where I made $0. And it's all about figuring out the pivot. You come off Christmas holiday sales, your sales in January, February be low. Everybody just spent their money on the holidays. Do you got the money to pay your bills? Have you been saving? Have you been investing? Is your one business the only stream of income that you have? What else is generating for you? How are you investing your money? These are all things that you have to think about as an entrepreneur to make sure that the money is consistently coming in. You pay yourself. Your hard work pays your lifestyle. It pays for you. It pays for you to live, eat. It pays for your family to survive. This is you. So when you see an entrepreneur who's hustling and you see where they're at now, and they're like, damn, you really did that shit. Yeah, I did that shit.
Yep.
I did that shit. I'm flexing for this because I did that shit. I worked hard for this shit. And then you see other individuals. Shout out to him 500, man. I was at one of him 500's first ever conferences with my brother. You know what I mean? We was in the A. And just to see that he's about to sell out Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, that's dope.
Out of a church.
That's dope.
Out of a church is insane.
That's dope.
So when you got mentors and you following people like that, nah. Yeah, the sky is the limit. I don't see nothing else for myself and for my friend group but $1 billion.
That's a fact.
That's all I envision for you. Oh, you made what's $1 million now, bro?
Nothing. Not that they don't play.
Not that they don't play it, but it goes
a lot
so
more
fast.
Yeah. The
Inflation
rabbit hole goes deep.
Eggs is $7.
Yeah.
Cardi B was just complaining. She was like, yo, I pay attention to how lettuce go from $2 to $8. Inflation is real. Pay attention to your money. Pay attention to your spending habits. A recession is coming. Make sure you're real cash heavy. A recession is Black Friday for rich people, for real. You're going to have real estate prices drop. People are going to go on a foreclosure. Stocks are going to drop. Learn where you stay cash heavy so you can invest your money because it's all about the long game. Forget about the short game. Forget about the quick money. Forget that shit. Forget it. It's not all about home runs. Run them singles up. For sure.
That's a fact. So I definitely just want to say appreciate you
for sure,
not being on this episode and, you know, teaching, but having a conversation with me.
Yeah.
I felt like this was just we had a conversation.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. And I wish you nothing but the most success. And I know we about to do a lot of things together. So
it's about to be a big year for us.
Yeah,
for sure.
So I'm excited about that. You know, amped about that. And just for everybody that's watching this, you know, take a couple things out of this. One, you know, be open with sharing your thoughts and stuff as far as therapy goes. That's a big piece. Two, be open to sharing your L's because you can not only, you know, help somebody else, but now somebody can help you because, oh, that's how it happened. Okay, well, next time, you know, he shares something with me, I can share something with him, and now he gives me game. Okay, when you do this again, this is how you do it because I went through the same thing. You know, you went and bought this property and this contractor ran off for you. Okay, bro, this is how you do it next time. Pay them 30% up front, not the whole bag. You know, little things like that. And then last but not least, you know, look into other different businesses that may be good for you. Don't always be a one-trick pony. But not even one-trick pony. I want you to understand there are other options out there. He just gave a crazy play as far as, you know, starting a formation company, you know, creating LLCs, creating different things. And he gave a nice gist of how it works. And you can get deeper into with his academy. Like that may be somebody on here that's like, look, listen, I love my job. You know, I'm a nurse, or I love my job, I'm a doctor, or I love my job, or I love my job, I'm just a teacher, but I need extra income. This may be an option for you guys. So, you know, I want you to take this episode for all three of those lights. And again, bro, just appreciate you for being on here, man.
Thank you for allowing this vulnerable conversation to really happen. Because this is what we need. Like, we need to have these vulnerable, open conversations, these open podcasts, because it really do help out our generation. It keeps us from thinking single-minded. So I appreciate you guys and the listeners for viewing this, for watching this, and make sure you guys follow me for more content, more information, more openness. And a big thing that I want to say is you're not alone. Like, you're not. Everybody is going through their struggles. Everybody's taking their L's. Shit don't happen overnight. If you need to seek therapy, seek it, because I think that's the most important portion of this conversation is just making sure your mental health is good so you can be as successful as possible.
Yeah. So real quick, what's your Instagram and how can they tap in with that academy or just any information you can share?
Yeah, for sure. So my business is 1990 Business Academy. I'll give you guys my personal Instagram because it coincides with my business Instagram. So it's Kevin J. Dolce, DOLCE. On Instagram. Follow us. My website is www.90.co. You could gain a lot of information on there. We tell you we differentiate between LLCs, corporations, nonprofit, what's best for you. We specialize in business plans, trademarking, whatever you guys need help with. If you want to schedule a consultation with me, we offer 30-minute consultations as well. You can speak to me directly. So guys, tap in for sure. Come get the knowledge, and I'm here for you.
Let's go. Let's get it.